You were born with individual strengths and a unique purpose. Don't let fears, false beliefs, or life's happenings diminish your influence. It's time to live and lead for impact. Host Kirsten Ross, expert of transformation, will help you defeat the drama and overcome the trauma that can stop you in your tracks. You'll gain focus, find confidence, and take bold action. Unleash passionate, purposeful you. Let's go.
Welcome to the Live and Lead for Impact podcast. I'm Kirsten Ross, your host. Thank you so much for joining me. I have an amazing guest today, and I can't wait for you to learn about all the cool stuff that he's up to. He is making a big impact in this world. I have Vid Lamonte Buggs Jr. He's an athlete, scholar, entrepreneur, philanthropist, best-selling author, speaker, poet, consultant, volunteer, coach, a modern-day Renaissance man. And man, the kind of person that had me saying, like, I need to do Live and Lead for Impact, because we make an impact from many roles, and he's making an impact from a lot of roles. So Vid Buggs is a man of diverse interests who directs his many talents towards bringing people together, encouraging them to look past their differences, to unite to make the world a better place. Vid and his companies, 4Unique, that's 4-U-Neek, Publishing, and VLB/VBJ Enterprises have been featured in several publications, including USA Weekly, Huffington Post, and Forbes. I'll have a link to his website on the show notes. So to get that, go to defeatthedrama.com, click on the podcast tab, and go to today's episode, and it's vidbuggs.com. But I'll have the link on the show notes. So Vid, thank you so much. And wow, you are doing important work. If there's nothing more important, I think, right now than bringing people together, creating that unity. So thank you for your impact, and I can't wait to hear more.
Thank you for having me today.
Yeah. So tell me, let's just start right off. What life experience has motivated you to make this impact in the world?
Well, just my life in general. Before I was born,
you're going way back. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back if you allow me to.
Oh, yes.
Well, in my family, my mom's side, the males didn't live past 29. And where I'm from, a lot of the males didn't live past 25, and when I was born, the doctor said that I wouldn't walk or run fast or anything like that. And so through my life, I was always told I couldn't do something. And so I live by a warrior mindset, warrior lifestyle that with faith, determination, perseverance, you could do anything. And so that's what I want to give to other people to help them realize their potential so they could accomplish their goals and dreams.
Amazing. So can you share just a little bit more about, when you say from where I'm from, people, males were only living that long. So where was that? And then what was making that short lifespan happen?
I'm from a place called Hampton, Virginia. It's most people know it as the Virginia Beach area. It's 7 cities that actually make up Hampton Roads, is what we call it. That's Newport News, Virginia, Hampton, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, Suffolk, Virginia, Portsmouth, Virginia, Virginia Beach, and Chesapeake, Virginia, and Williamsburg is around there. At the time, we're a port city, so a lot of drugs, a lot of crime. It's a beautiful place, but low employment rates. The employment it thrives by the military and the shipyard. So other than that, at the time, it wasn't too much going on as far as work. So you had people, leading to crime. And my area it's pretty rough. And at one point it was among the top 6 places for, as well, as far as murder rate. And so that led to a lot of, 20, males not making it past 25. And
Wow.
so, when you come out of that area, you're growing up in that area, uh, it's a lot of negativity. You don't see as much positivity.
Mm-hmm.
You had teachers telling you what you couldn't do instead of
Mm.
pushing you towards, your goals and dreams. Um, Me personally, I had a speech impediment and a reading issue growing up, and uh, teachers doubted my academic performances. Although was above average student,
Mm-hmm.
they still, didn't think I would graduate and things like that. So, yeah,
Mm.
I
Wow.
could talk for days on that, but
So, Vid, I have to admit, I didn't anticipate you saying that that was the area that you were from. I mean, I don't know that I anticipated it was going to be in the United States, honestly, and to hear that it's from this place, uh, I I guess I'm naive. I'm not, I'm feeling so unaware. I've vacationed in that area and it's beautiful, and it sounds like it's a very different situation when you're living there. And I'm so sorry to hear about that.
well, yeah, I would say it's a beautiful place, but like everywhere, it has its rough spots. But
Mm-hmm.
I also I appreciate where I come from because it's made me who I am, and
Absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like you are yes, putting your background to great use to make your impact. So, describe for me. I know I shared some of it in your bio, but describe the impact that you're working to make in your own words.
that's bringing people together and having a um, impact in helping people realize their potential and actually realizing that their dreams and goals can come true, or can be accomplished. I think one of the issues we're having today is we don't see that we're more similar than different. And that's,
Mm-hmm.
that the individuality is needed in some areas, but as, the old adage is it takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I see that people don't have the proper encouragement to go after what their heart uh, want,
Mm-hmm.
desires,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's what I'm trying to, or doing my best to do with my movement.
So, and explain exactly what that looks like. What are you doing? I've been on your website. So describe what you're up to. It's really awesome.
Um, well, I'll go from first. I give a lot. I do a lot of coaching. I played high level basketball, so on the weekends I give back to coaching youth
Mm-hmm.
sports or youth basketball. A lot of training, but with that, that is giving back with life skills also. I think sports is a great tool to use
Mm-hmm.
for as pushing life skills like perseverance, teamwork, determination, planning, organization. The other aspect is I created for Unique Publishing. I'm an author,
Mm-hmm.
and um, when I was going through the publishing stages, I just, I wanted something that was my own, and I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to help others get their word out. We have great authors like Cabana Black, um, Shantae Miller, whose book just came out about parents against bullying, which is awesome.
Mm.
And so, it's a lot of people that are writers and want to write and but don't know how to get a book out,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's where we come in and how I'm making an impact there. I'm doing speaking engagements and encourage other people to follow their dreams, of course, and look beyond our differences. And I mean, I'm everywhere.
Well, and I'm really happy to hear that you're everywhere because your impact is so important. I just feel like this is such a divisive time in our country, and just everyone's looking for where you're different, and social media, everyone's fighting on social media, which is not a real conversation. It's just dividing us more. And yeah, we do need to get back to our roots and realize there is so much that we have in common. I mean, our goals and our dreams for ourselves and our families, we share those still.
Yes.
We may have a little bit of a disagreement about how to get there, but man, that we can overcome that stuff. So let's get back to that. And I love how you shared that when you were growing up that, teachers kept telling you what you shouldn't do, don't do that, but they didn't fill in the blanks for what you could do and talk about dreams and vision and goal setting and all of that. And man, I agree. I would love to see more of that in our schools so that children can have that at an earlier age. So what is the biggest internal or external challenge you've had to overcome, and how did you overcome it?
Well, the biggest internal challenge would be being a perfectionist. Like things have to work out exactly how I planned it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times I would get in my own way.
Mm.
Things wouldn't get done because I, took too much time making sure everything was right. And
Mm-hmm.
one of my editors, Marcy Wise, she actually helped me when my first book, you ain't hungry till I'm starving, came out because I felt vulnerable, and I told her that I didn't want to put it out, and she told me she used a quote of mine, which is, "Our imperfections are what makes us perfect." And
Mm.
so she used that, and she told me that, you know, that book would help others. It
Mm-hmm.
helped her actually to go back to, go to grad school in her 40s.
Mm.
And so, yeah, like through her advice, I got over that. Like they're not going to be as perfect as we want them to be,
Mm-hmm.
but we can still make an impact. Small actions make great impacts.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the most challenging external challenge I have would be being Black in America, to
Mm.
be honest,
Mm-hmm.
or minority. I
Mm-hmm.
speak for minorities,
Mm-hmm.
um, where I could come in a room and I'm automatically judged by my color,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I have to work 10 times harder to prove that I deserve to be where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably can relate being a woman. Um, you know, so those are, you know, the
And I
most
don't. I
challenging
will
things.
say though, I understand on a small scale, but not to the degree that you do for being a woman, because I don't believe that I have the same uphill. I have a small uphill battle, but not compared. And again, I don't know. I don't walk in your shoes, but what I do know is I would never say that my uphill battle is near what yours is. And I do some speaking in like the mental health area and show up as a mom in that arena. And I can say that the stigma that I'm walking into around that is a bit tougher than being just a woman, but still that's not in my daily living or anything compared to what you're dealing with. So I look forward to a day when um, when our unification includes minorities and all of us coming together and realizing that we're the
Yes,
same,
yes,
we have the same goals.
yes.
So um, do you have any more to share about that? What you do to overcome that?
Yeah, I don't feed into the stereotypes, and I focus on my mission.
Mm-hmm.
I think our actions oversees our backgrounds. And
Mm-hmm.
I would just say this. I believe that we should all have a discussion. A lot of times we don't want to discuss certain things. And,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it is to be a woman, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you won't know how it is to be a man, but we can discuss and we
Mm-hmm.
can learn from each other's experience. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of times it's, if we disagree, that's it. We don't want to hear anymore. But I think if we um, have an open mind and agree to
Mm-hmm.
disagree, but hear each
Mm-hmm.
other's out,
Mm-hmm.
that I believe this world would be a better place. That's just
Mm.
my belief.
Oh, I tell you, yes, I so agree. I tell you, my heart breaks when people are fighting. I'm going to bring up social media again, but like it drives me crazy. And I too am on a mission to bring people together and overcome differences through, better communication and all that kind of stuff. Little different than what you're up to, but kind of same end goal. We're losing as a society that skill set of actual communication. I mean, on social media, it's all about using big words and, and standing firm on your ideas and not really listening, and not realizing that in the middle again that we have so much in common, but it takes listening and understanding and walking in another person's shoes and that empathy and all that stuff that is missing too much. Just too much emphasis on where we disagree and are different. So man, get busy. So, how do you stay motivated and moving during tough times?
I just look at everyone that's come before me. My faith helps me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the scriptures and the great men and women that went through trials and tribulations and how they've overcome them.
Mm-hmm.
Great men and women throughout history, I should say, also. And my mom and dad, I was born to young parents. They had my older sister when they were in high school and had me. My dad was finishing college. They didn't have their fathers in their household. So
Mm-hmm.
I look at what they've been through and just, I know I'm an inspiration to others,
Mm-hmm.
especially from where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to do it for them. It's when people think of positivity, they think that someone that's positive is always happy and
Mm-hmm. And you're
don't
not
get
having life
down.
challenges, right? Like, yeah,
Yes,
like my
yes,
life's
yes,
easy.
yes. And so I like to be authentic and genuine. I go through things. We all go through things. But when I'm in that bed and, not feeling like I want to get up, I think about those things, or I go into my scriptures
Mm-hmm.
or read a biography and use those people as motivation and then
Mm-hmm.
get up and do it for the cause, I would say.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. And then, so what words of wisdom do you have for others who want to make their impact in the world?
The mission I'm on right now, should I say mission? Yeah, the mission I'm on right now.
Uh-huh.
Focusing on your actions. Your actions have to be intentional
Mm-hmm.
and meaningful, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we get caught up in order to make a big impact, we have to do grand things.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout history, the smallest actions have led to the biggest changes, And
Mm-hmm.
so if your actions are intentional and meaningful, they will start snowballing and you
Mm-hmm.
will reap what you sow. So it's all about a movement. A wave is caused by a ripple, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would like to share to everyone out there. It doesn't matter how big or small your actions are, just make them meaningful and intentional, and they will have a great impact.
I love that. We live in such an instant gratification world that I think we sometimes forget or can get so discouraged when it feels like we're just having this small little impact or no one's really listening and, or not much is happening. But yeah, we're starting to create those ripples and just keep going, because before you know it, you talked about the snowball effect earlier. Before you know it, the impact is happening. And I had someone recently say my instant success that happened after 6 years, something like that, you only see it once it is a big movement. A lot of times we don't see that there was a whole bunch of work that led up to that moment. And so,
Yes.
put in your work and just keep going. That's great. So, I want to just thank you so much for joining me today. And you really are an inspiration. And I know I've said it already, but you're doing such important work. And I hope that you get out there in a big way and work quickly to bring people together. And I love the way you're going about it with the youth and giving back through coaching, and then also getting your words out there through your speaking and publishing and helping others as well get their great words out in the world through helping them get their books out there. So thank you so much. And again, everyone, if you want to check out more information about Vid, go to his website. It's vidbuggs.com, VIDBUGGS.com, and it will be at the show notes at defeatthedrama.com. Click on the podcast tab and then go to today's episode. So thank you, Vid, so much. Keep doing your great work, and all of you who are listening, get out there and make your big impact in this world, step by step. All right, make it a great day.